What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another episode. Today I'm going to be addressing a long overlooked issue or common problem, should I say, in regards to the VANOS system. That is the VANOS Solenoid pack. This actually, quite frankly, lasted longer than I expected on my car, for instance, because my original pack lasted about 155,000, which is extremely rare on these engine. Usually these fail much quicker than that. Basically what happens is once you lose functionality of the pack, you basically lose the control of the VANOS system, and once that's lost, then your car either will lose power in the top range or in the bottom range, depending when the failure occurred. Because once the failure occurs, the VANOS is left in place at whatever point it was at the time of the failure. So that's exactly what happened to me a couple days ago, and that's what prompted me to finally tackle this issue, and which isn't too hard. It's probably the easiest VANOS related issue to fix. But with this issue, main codes that pop up is the P0012, which is the cam retard position code, or P0011, which is the advanced position or is left in the retarded position, and therefore you have either low end power issue or high end power issues. And that's what exactly seems to be happening to me, because that code appeared and I cleared it, and then it came right back up. Basically what you need to do is you need to be driving the car for extended periods of time, because they will not come back immediately. You have to rev it out, and once the VANOS reaches the point where it should activate it, it does not. The DME will throw a code. So that's exactly what happened in my situation. So today I'm gonna be showing you how to replace this. This is fairly easy to replace, takes about an hour to do, if so. And I'm gonna be replacing this with a this solenoid pack from VANOS system. This is the bulletproof version of it. It's reinforced inside. The solder points are more robust, which will prevent them from losing contact like they do on the original packs. And as well, the board itself, there's extra mounting points added to the board, which prevent it from vibration. Let me show you real quick how to address this. So let's start dismounting the front end a little bit here. My situation is not typical for every S54, because I have upgraded the fan. I have the S54 E46 version, which I highly recommend to anybody considering upgrading your parasitic mechanical fan. This is the way to go. It makes lives a lot easier later, anytime you need to do any type of maintenance on the front end, because I'm about to show you how easy it is to remove this fan and have access to the VANOS system, where you need to replace the solenoid pack. First, we need to take off this scoop here, which is fairly easy. There we have it. Let's place it to the side, and now we have access to the fan here. The fan this is mounted on the N15 design brackets, which are superb in my opinion. It's very stout and strong design. I'm really liking this setup. So these are 8mm bolts here. The key issue with this failure, with the solenoid pack failure, is if you start seeing loss of power either at high or low RPMs, even without any check engine lights, that's most likely indicator that the pack is on its way out. So because even right now, like after I reset it, it doesn't come back immediately. It takes few drives for it to come back, but I do see a noticeable lag. So it's definitely on its way back, on its way out, should I say. So that's why it's a good practice to just be proactive and replace it before a total failure. Again, I mean, I'm surprised that it lasted as long as it did right now, because they usually last up to about 100K, and this is 155 on the original one. So, and it's a good time, which I'm going to be showing you, to clean the VANOS body as well, which should most likely has some oil deposit or gunk in it. So technically this might be a performance upgrade as well, because once everything is cleaned, is actually might we might see a better VANOS response time, so which will translate into better power output for that matter. Get this fan out, connector here. Now normally you would have to get under the car and unbolt the oil cooler to get rid of this, but I came up with this ingenious setup that I could just basically have slats on the bottom there, and all you need to do is just you could just pull it right out like so and put it to the side, and you could basically start taking care of what you need to take care of. So you don't need to go from the bottom and waste time and unbolting a whole bunch of stuff. It's see, I'm not sure if you could see, I made this bar here that basically the bottom of the bracket slides into, and it holds the fan securely. But anyhow, let's start dismounting the VANOS unit. So we got 5mm hex on top here, we got a 22mm socket here, and first let's unplug the connector. Here we have the VANOS valve body along with the solenoid pack. On top here I have the sealing plate. You may notice I already upgraded the O-rings a while back from the factory Buena to the Bisan or Basan, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name correctly, Vitan rings, which have worked great for past couple years. So that's been done, but aside from that, anything below here I have not actually touched on this engine for that matter as of yet. So I already undid the bolts. These are external E5s, and let me just take them out. So this might be quite gunky inside, so it's a good time to be cleaning this. And there we have it. This is the original solenoid pack, but with 155K on it, which we're going to be replacing with this upgraded Bisan version. But first let's clean the valve body here and try to clean everything inside. You'll need a lot of brake fluid for this, and you'll need magnets in order to open the valve bodies to clean the insides. I'm not sure if these are pretty strong, but if not, then I'll have to go grab some extra magnets from a local Harbor Freight. They have some pretty strong ones there, but let me try mine first and see if they work. But regardless, when you're doing this, you will need some decent strength magnets. How you open the valve bodies, you place it close, and you could here see there's a distinguishable click. That means the valve body opened, and that's how you know. You could start spraying it inside, and you'll start seeing liquid coming out on the other side. See, it slowly starts to come out. And you want to do that a few times until it's nice and clear. Same thing on the other side. Yeah, you could immediately tell it opened up. want to do that until the liquid is clear. So that's how you clean them. Also might want to take, if you have compressed air, you could just blow it out as well. So there's no leftover brake fluid inside the valve body. And once you have it all cleaned up, all finished up, you could take the new Bisan new and reproved. See, you could tell when they open it here and reinforce the insides, and you could reinstall it back on the valve body. These are, you could torque them by hand, but the desired factory spec is, I think, 3 Newton meters, which is pretty light. I mean, after all, this is not some crazy torque spec. You could get away with tightening it by hand. Once you have a hand tightened, you could flip it around, or actually move it to the side, and take your pressure regulator, and they provide these the gaskets for the regulator. I already taken off the older ones. They go here. The big one goes here. And it's a good time also, if you didn't get the new filter, to blow it out as well. You could just blow it out with brake cleaner. And let me just take this one off, and like so. So we have the pressure regulator all set. Now let's clean the sealing plate. Just wipe it down, and we can be ready to reinstall it back on the car. Now my step in regards to the sealing plate was already done, but if you haven't replaced the gaskets, I would highly advise to replace those as well. But for now, let's put this back in, since my gaskets have already been replaced. So let's put this back in the car. Take one of the longer bolts and slide it in and try to catch it. Can be tricky, but you just have to feel it out. Once you catch one, then the rest should be easy. The back ones are longer, and obviously the front ones are the 2 shorter ones. 8-hand tighten. Take your torque wrench and set it to 10 Newton meters, and you could torque them down to 10 Newton meters each. Once it's torqued, don't forget to plug in the connector like so, and now we just have to reinstall the pressure regulator. I like to hand tighten it. I forgot the torque spec on this, but hand tighten it is okay because there's 2 seals there. There's no way this is gonna leak. Alright, so we got the VANOS on. That's pretty much it. That's how simple it was. And now all I need to do is place the fan back in, just the way I have taken it out. And like I mentioned, I could just slide it in. Don't have to lift the car, which if you ever worked on this engine before, you know how painful it is to be lifting the car up and taking the fan apart. It slid right in place. All I need to do is place the securing screws, plug the fan back in, and we could reset the DME. Plug the fan back in, all nice and secured. Let me just put the scoop on, and we're ready for a test drive. And last but not least, make sure you take your old one, put it back in the bag, and send it back so you could get your core back. And that's how easy it was to upgrade or bulletproof your VANOS Solenoid. Fairly easy, only took about 40 minutes worth of work. So once you do it, you could just forget about it, because it will not fail again. And if you guys enjoy this content, give me a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Let's take it for a test drive now.